This is terrifying.
I'm James Moore, and I'm the producer of Comedy Monday Night. If I could, I'd like to read you an email. Dear Comedy Monday Night, on Monday, September 9th, I came down to your show as I often do on Mondays. My plan was, as usual, to have a seat at the bar alone and enjoy the show. However, this Monday I ran into a friend from work who was taking shot after shot of tequila and guzzling beer as fast as I could. I remember very little of how bad things got, and even less about how we left. I'm writing this letter to offer my most sincere and deepest apology. It's unlikely that you will have any idea of how angry and ashamed I am of being part of something like that. My biggest fear is that I will no longer be welcome on Monday nights. I think I'll avoid coming back for a week or two and live out a self-imposed exile. But I do greatly look forward to coming back eventually and being a model audience member. And this is my response. Thanks for your note of contrition, much appreciated, thanks. Rather than a self-imposed exile, to truly understand and appreciate the impact that your behavior had on not only the other audience members, but also for the performers forced to try and work through the distraction your group caused, I'd like to suggest that you screw up your courage, come up with 5 minutes of jokes, and stand up on that stage and deliver them to a room full of people. I'm convinced that once you've gone through this initiation, then you'll be a much better audience member for a comedy show. Shame won't fix this, only experience will. I challenge you to come up and try and correct your comedy karma.
This is pretty exciting, this is amazing, this is awesome. First timer at Comedy Monday Night. I am very excited. I've met him earlier. He seems like a wonderfully nice fellow. Please put your hands together for Mr. Jaron Whitehouse.
I'm a big fan of Michael J. Fox. Anytime I watch an interview with him, he's so full of energy. He just, the guy can't sit still. I was really tempted to do that joke, and I did it because I don't have good impulse control. And I understand most of us, our generation is very attached to Michael J. Fox, but fucking get over it. He's kind of funny, sort of. I didn't Twitter it. If I Twittered it, he might have seen it. So I'm going to say in the privacy of us. I actually wanted to dress up as Marty McFly for Halloween, and I didn't because I dance very erratically, and that would be tasteless. So just to get a view of the crowd, are we like more of a literary crowd, like James Joyce, or like drugs? Drugs? I assume drugs. Who here does MDMA? Margaret, Emma, whatever you want to call it. It's fantastic. If someone said to me like, hey man, your life's horrible, you can put this stuff in your mouth and everything's fantastic. And I'd be like, oh no, I don't. I'd be an idiot if I didn't say yes. So I do a lot of MDMA. I try not to. Because the next day you pay for it. Like pure euphoria, followed by the most soul-crushing, just like isolation, alienation, loneliness, like existential crisis I've ever... Like I watched Discovery Channel the day after MDMA, and I was just like on the couch in fucking tears, just losing it. And it wasn't like when animals attack and like a sea lion taking down a penguin, biting his neck, leaving him alone to like bleed out. All his other penguin friends are avoiding him. It was like I was watching How Things Work. And it was a factory making screws, but all the screws like are being made by machines that have screws in them, and I'm going, but where do those screws come from? What? And then all of a sudden I'm just crying, and my roommate comes in going, what's going on, man? I'm like, I don't know where screws come from. He's like, holy shit, dude, you should see a therapist. You should address the issues that you have. I think I do drugs because I have low self-esteem. I think our whole generation has low self-esteem, because here's the thing. We were all told our entire lives that we were fantastic, marvelous, beautiful, little cool individual. You can do whatever you want. And then we meet real life and we're like, oh fuck, we suck. And we just realize that we're terrible. Like for example, like my name is Jaron. It's like Aaron with a J. My parents wanted to name me Niraj, got high and spelled that backwards. And that's how I ended up with Jaron. But I was like the most unique, cool person in my cohort, to use a sociology term. And then I started finding out about these other Jarons. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. Like, My aunt has a grandson. I don't even know what he is to me, but he's related to me or some sort. And he has a friend named Jaron. And I always hear about this Jaron because everyone's like, hey, do you want to hear about little Jaron? I'm like, no, I don't. But he has the same name as you. You must. And I'm like, fuck Jaron. And they tell me stories about, oh, he's such a little good swimmer. He's so smart. He has this blue badge in swimming. I'm like, how old is he? He's 6? I was like 11 when I got my blue badge in swimming. So all of a sudden, this little Jaron is like competing with me for Jaron Ultimate Hood. And I'm just, like in my head, I'm going, this kid sounds like a real piece of shit. And they want me to meet this kid. And I oh, hey buddy, what's up? Just like I want to kick him in the face because I'm Jaron. I was loved too much as a child. I have to be the only Jaron. But whatever, that's my own issues. Shit. I was gonna say something else, and I'm blanking really hard. You guys are stressing me out with your peering gazes. I was gonna say a word about comedy and doing comedy. Being on stage right now, my sympathetic nervous system is firing like you wouldn't believe. Like every fiber of my being is going, something bad is happening, get out of here! Like, if I saw a bear outside, I'm like, oh my god, there's a bear! Guys, there's a bear! But that would be a joyful experience. This is terrifying. This is horrible. Like, it's called a flight or fight response in biology, and essentially it's like if I'm a rabbit and I see something bad, I go, I'm in danger. I gotta beat the shit out of that thing or get the hell out of here. And, well, a rabbit gets the hell out of there. It doesn't fight a lot of animals. So essentially my entire nervous system, my entire brain is going, I gotta fucking punch this guy. Ah! I like just want to run out of here, but I can't do that. I have to just keep talking. And, but I thank you guys for listening. I think that's my time.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to point out that the fellow that was just up here on stage during White House is the guy that wrote this email. I certainly think it took quite a lot of balls to get up here and do that. And let me ask you people then, what do you think? Should we forgive him?
Being on stage right now is terrifying. I was gonna say something else, and I'm blanking. This is terrifying.